Then when I hit play, there we go. Now you guys can actually see it. I don't know why we can't hear it anymore, but honestly, I will take not being able to hear it over not being able to see it. Besides, you have my lovely commentary to listen to instead, as I'm sure you all quite enjoy. Actually, it's a very good question of why the audio isn't playing anymore. I have no idea why. I'm sure some fantastic music going on here. I mean, look, we got a Blue Eyes, Blackluster Soldier, trying to make up for the lack of music here. Flame Swordsman, Black Skull Dragon, Blackland Fire Dragon, Skull Servant, Metal. It's too many to name as it goes on. I think I just saw Thunder Dragon, though, or Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. Not quite sure which. It's a bummer about the music, though. I was looking forward to that. From what I heard, it was nice. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses. Probably the most bizarre Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game premise yet. Of course, I'm not sure that's saying much. It's either saying a lot or very little. We're going to go new game, now loading. It's a very nice and fancy loading screen. I quite like it. Hold on. Yeah, no audio. I'm sorry. The British Empire in the 1480s. The Wars of the Roses. A power struggle between the houses of Lancaster, Red Rose, and York, White Rose, to decide a royal successor was nearing an end. With the Yorkists well in the lead, the reign of Richard III was but a step away. And in France, Yugi, also known as Henry Tudor, the last Lancastrian heir, was being forced to live a life of exile. Be like that. The Lancastrian forces were rendered powerless by ancient cards of sorcery wielded by Seto and his 7 followers who, known as the Rose Crusaders, served under the flag of Lord Crawford, a powerful Yorkist nobleman who most certainly could not be Pegasus Crawford, because that would be crazy. I do like Kaiba's, or Seto's, Blue Eyes White Dragon armor here, though. It's quite fancy, I like it. Lacking a duelist to champion their cause, defeat was imminent for the Lancastrians. In England, duel card games were still at the fledgling stage. Thus, Lancastrians had to look elsewhere for a duel master capable of facing the Rosencrows in battle. Give me just 1 second. Okay. 1 more second. Don't worry. This will hopefully be the last time this stream. I have to fix any more settings. Awesome. Just 1 more second. This really will be the last time. Don't worry. Just have to switch 1 last setting. Okay, there we go. Back to our game. With this in mind, Margaret by Beaufort of Lancaster secretly requested a high druid to summon a duelist from another age. I wonder if that's us. Time traveling Yu-Gi-Oh! Not the first time, I don't think. Especially if you read the Arc 5 manga. Well, I guess that would make this the first time. Stonehenge. Summon McMorrin. Ooh. Nice to see him in something other than the Game Boy games. Summoned from the mystic circle of red and white roses, the one capable of harnessing true power. There is truth to the legend of the Rose Duelist. Lady Margaret, I did it. Now we have the means for defeating the evil forces of Rosencruz. Oh, my apologies. In my excitement, I'd forgotten I was in the presence of the Rose Duelist. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Simon McMorrin, High Druid and Servant of Lancaster. What, may I be so bold as to ask the name by which the Rose Duelist would like to be known? Well, folks, what's my name? We just going with the basic? Alrighty, if you insist. I say if you insist as if I, haven't already decided this. Uh-huh. There we go. Phoenix! A fine name indeed. Now here's the situation. The year is 1485, and you are currently in Stonehenge, near Salisbury, England. Don't you just love that subtle exposition there? Very, very subtle. The British Empire is in turmoil, with the House of Lancaster's rightful claim to the throne being challenged by the Yorkist usurpers. The power struggle is referred to as the Wars of the Roses, a name based on the badges used by both sides, a red rose for the Lancastrians and a white rose for the Yorkists. Right now, our kingdom is threatened by the Yorkists and their wrongful claim to the throne, all because the Yorkists enjoy the sport of the Rose Crusaders and their sorcerer's white rose cards, which are definitely not Duel Monsters cards. Using our red rose cards, which are also not Duel Monsters cards, because clearly they're red rose cards indeed, we summon you, Phoenix, to this day and age. We hope that your dueling experience will defeat the Rose Crusaders and lead us to victory. You will help us? Of course you will. Foolish of me to even doubt where your loyalties lie. Rumor has it that only the legendary Rose Duelist stands a chance against the power of Rosencruz. Sounds like you need Yugi, not me. But whatever. We appreciate any help you can provide against them. Before I forget, I should warn you that the rules to dueling differ here from those of your age. Here in England, dueling is governed by what is known as the perfect rule. In addition to several minor distinctions, there are two major differences. One is the existence of movement or positioning. The other is the deck leader concept, which is not to be confused with Magic the Gathering's commander duels. These are two aspects of dueling that were lost in the process when the ancient sport of Duel Monsters was adapted to card form. The perfect rule represents these lost rules that were miraculously revived here in England. Perhaps a practice duel will serve better than an explanation. Shall we? Okay, we're going to do one just because I want to see the different rules. I'm sure it'll be really easy, but just in case, I figure it would probably be a good idea. Let's start with the basics of dueling. Now load it. Really? Maybe load just for that? Okay. Whatever you say, Simon McMorrin. Okay. The cards themselves draw their power from the energies of the Ancient Ones. The deck leader acts as an intermediate between the Ancient Ones and the deck wielder. Phoenix, it is essential that you select a card leader whose rhythms match the stirrings of your soul. Here are several decks from which to choose. Give it some serious thought and make your selection. Choose carefully, for the deck you select will guide the destiny of your duels. Luminous Soldier, Cryol, Tactical Warrior. Well, considering this one has the highest attack, I think we will go with this one. Oh, but it's a level 5 with only 1600 attack. Oh, I almost forget about how difficult the early days of dueling were. Ah, I see you have selected your deck. So that's the effect of the Celtic Red Rose cards. It looks like there's some truth to the rumor that Red Rose cards are capable of time transformation. Who's there? It's been some time since the Battle of Barnet, old one. I'm sorry, I cannot do Eric Stewart's Kaiba voice. I apologize deeply. Rosencruz, not Seto. Sorry, I apologize. What brings you here? Only a member of the Rose Crusaders may call me by that name. If you may recall, I told you once before that you may only address me as Seto. Or does memory fail you, old man? Let me rip your blue eyes in half. And you must be the dreaded Rose Duelist. I must admit there's a certain aura of power emanating from you. I believe an introduction is in order. I am Seto, the leader of the Rose Crusaders. There are members of our little group who prefer to call me by the name of C. Rosencruz. I ask you again, what brings you here, Seto? Mind your manners, old man. What else would bring me here? I've come for the red rose cards. After all, it was you who showed me how the summoning capabilities would evolve when the red rose cards are combined with the transport powers of the white rose cards. You aren't thinking of attempting the forbidden rose summoning? I'm betting we're gonna have to attempt that in like a couple turns. If so, then the red rose cards must never fall into your evil hands. Card sorcery taps into the powers of the ancient ones. By their very nature, each card is a double-edged sword that can cut both ways. The rose cards alone harness tremendous power. There's no telling what horrors one might unleash to the world by combining both red and white. I will sacrifice my own life if need be to prevent any from uttering this spell of doom. The spell of doom? Fool! The 16 red and white rose cards grant power over all. Druid legend has twisted the true meaning of these cards. We Rose Crusaders have sworn to create a utopia free from the ravages of war. We intend to accomplish this with the power of the cards, and we shall do so by extending the rule of Richard III throughout the known world. By the way, it was clever of you to form a circle of red roses within the white rose barrier to summon the Rose Duelist. But you were foolish enough to come alone. This area is surrounded, and if you wish to leave with your life, you will do so only by handing over the red rose cards. Me? A fool? Then what about you? Are you fool enough to actually believe the red rose cards would remain here in my possession? Right after the summoning, I had the cards dispersed among our best duelists to keep them from your tainted hands. Then you leave me with but one option. I shall enlist the aid of your precious Rose Duelist. You take leave of your senses. And you speak too soon, old man. Heed my words, Duelist. If you wish to return to your proper time period, you will require 16 cards with the red and white roses. The red and white positions must be laid out in reverse of the summoning order to send you home. You know the spell? Since you need the 16 rose cards just as much as we do, I propose a partnership. Help us gather the cards, and I shall guarantee your return after we've achieved our ultimate goal. An absurd proposal. Do you think that the Honorable Phoenix would even lend an ear to your ridiculous proposal? Can you be so sure, old man? I hope that my impression of Kaiba is sufficing, at least somewhat. Let me see. Simon's side has 8 of the red rose cards, while my side, the Rose Crusaders, has possession of the 8 white rose cards. As the numbers are even, simple arithmetic indicates that you could side with either of us. But I'm sure you'll take into account who's winning this war. After all, who is desperate enough to summon you in the first place? I think it's quite clear which side is better positioned to send you home. The Phoenix! Heed not the words of this power-hungry lunatic! Simon, must you resort to name-calling? I'm hurt. I'll tell you what. Why don't we leave the decision to our dear duelist? After all, Simon, the duelist's future is not for us to decide now, is it? Well, yes, but... Splendid. In keeping with the tradition of the old temple gardens, I offer you a choice, duelist. Here are 2 roses. The white represents me, and the red for old Simon here. For the sake of justice, choose the red rose. Stand by my side, duelist. Choose the white rose. Okay, folks, we have a big decision here to make. Do we do Kaiba, or do we do what is probably Yugi's side, inevitably? I think we go with Kaiba. I want to see if the story actually is different depending on who you choose. Granted, I've never played this game before, but might as well start with the fun side. A wise choice, duelist. I see you are well versed in judging a situation. Welcome to the Rose Crusaders. I am honored. Okay, old man, it's time you made yourself scarce. What? What are you doing? Stop! No! Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. I just need you out of the way until everything is settled. Now let's talk about the red rose cards. Simon mentioned that he spread the cards among certain individuals just after summoning you. I think it's safe to assume that a large number of those individuals are his confederates, currently located in France. I would like to ask you to enter France from Dover and retrieve those cards for our cause. I'd go myself. However, I'm needed here to maintain our barrier against any invading forces. According to the legend, one must use a deck whose cost is lower than an opponent's to capture a rose card of another color. Remember, a deck that costs lower than that of an opponent is the key. I've also heard somewhere that the Celts inherited their red rose cards from the original inhabitants of Stonehenge, where we are at right now. This would mean that our enemy, Yugi, who comes from a line of Welsh nobility, would likely have inherited one of the red rose cards. This means that those who oppose the Rose Crusaders are sufficiently equipped to duel against us as equals. Given their desperate situation, they will retaliate with everything they've got. It would be wise not to underestimate them. I'm depending on you. Woo! Finally, I can stop doing voices. Do we get to walk around in an overworld? Or is it just going to teleport us? It's going to teleport us. Is that Taya? We get to duel Taya. The Rose Duelist. You dare to betray the hopes of Prince Yugi. I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget. What happened to our tutorial? Did I accidentally skip it? I probably did. Okay, I'm very confused. Special info. There we go. Oh, and then we can summon a monster. So we're going to go with Neo the Magic Swordsman. Right there. And then we end turn. The controls are not the greatest on this. I mean, you can't really see it because, it's not the easiest. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, we're back. Well, we can't really move. We can have him move. Yeah, this is really weird, the camera movements. Not sure how I feel about it. Well, that's fine. Okay, so you can see information. We're gonna summon another monster, so we can only really summon around our guy. That's interesting to know. Cool. I think that's it that we can do. I really expect this just to be Commander Yu-Gi-Oh! It is appearing not to be. We will see if we actually continue with this game. At the moment, I am not sure. It's quite odd. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying doing the Kaiba voice, but I am deeply confused. Oh, we have a battle. I think I'm gonna win. Oh. This is the duel of the roses. Namely our two monsters. Ooh, that's some fun animation type stuff. At least they made it unique for each monster, it would appear, just based off this one attack. Oh, he's pointing up. It's light. It's attached to a sword. Hiya! Well, I bet that would have been more epic with music, if it, hadn't, failed. Yeah! And they took life point damage. Oh no, he's attacking my hard armor. Yeah, I'm gonna take 200 life points here. There's like no way I'm gonna win this. That's fine. Oh, it's a key face thing. Oh, you can skip ahead. Okay. So you don't have to watch every battle. That's done by hitting the start button. Well, we are gonna move. We're gonna summon. And we're gonna bring out Carbonella Warrior. And we're gonna attack. And I think we're gonna win this one. And we can skip ahead. See that we deal them about 1,000 damage, I believe. Or we can watch the fight. There we go. 1,000 damage, not bad. And then we end turn. Yeah, I don't know. On the one hand, I'm like, oh, this could be fun to continue doing. On the other hand, I'm like, this is weird. I'm not sure if I want to sit through many hours of doing it this way. So we're going to move all of our forces forward. Then we're going to end our turn. So basically what way we have it is that he's pretty much surrounded. Within a turn or two, we should close in on him. Or her, I don't know. Oh, it's my turn again. You don't make it very clear when your turn changes. Oh, that was a bad choice. Oh well, it's fine. It's not like they're gonna attack me or anything. Oh dear. Yeah, see, we're good. You see, I meant to some. Oh, you can switch it to defense position. Actually, I knew that earlier. Okay. Ooh, we're gonna summon Kaiser Dragon. And that easily went out. Okay. I don't know what is happening. Oh, it can't be attacked, I think. Oh no, I just attacked my own monster. Whoops. Don't do that if you're going to play this game. Just a word of warning. Because apparently you can knock out your own monster, so I lost my best monster. That is fine, though. Once again, this is our first turn. It's not that. We're fine, basically. You'll notice there are also different terrains. I saw earlier Carbonella had gained attack. And was sitting at like 2,000 or something. I imagine that's based on what? Yup, there we go. They gain 500 attack if they go there. And 500 defense, which ain't bad. So we've already established we can't really do anything there. Oh, never mind. I guess it was just that one turn. Once again, I am deeply confused by this game. Probably because, you know, it skipped the tutorial. Which was probably my fault. Who knows? We're gonna summon. Boom, we're gonna bring out you. No. We don't want to surrender. What we want to do is switch it to. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. Yeah, we're gonna lose this one. Big time. I can't figure out how to switch it into defense position. That's what I was trying to do. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Or not, and we're just gonna attack the entire game. One of the two. Wait, what? Oh, they attacked me directly because that's my life points. Okay. So you're gonna have to be careful here. So we're gonna move away diagonally. This one's gonna attack their life points directly, and I think that should win us the game. If I am correct. Alrighty. No, it didn't. Weird. We're gonna attack this little fairy thing. Oh, hey, it's the same one that I summoned. And it is defeated. So we've got them boxed in here. I think we have a pretty good chance of winning, you know, all things considered. Oh, is that me that has 1,100 life points left? And they have 600? Okay. Well. Then you can combine cards and stuff? As always, I'm deeply confused. Ooh, oh no. This might do me in. We'll see. I don't think so. I feel like I've still dealt them more damage. Okay, I have 300 life points. There we go. That should be the victory for us. Yeah? Woo! We won. Okay, I am very tired and deeply confused on this game. So I think we will probably end here. What? It's a slot machine? I got 3. Oh, those are the cards you get. Okay. You get whichever 3 are in the middle. That's cool. I think we're going to save and end here. See if, you know, it has any other dialogue or stuff for us to do. I guess I lost. It pains me to know that I lack the strength to protect my lord and love. Aw, they actually got together in this game. Okay, we're already an 8 through the game. That can't be right. There can't only be 8 duels. There must be something more in the game. But yeah, we're going to save and exit. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I think that will be it. And it was great.